Happy Halloween. Hi, how are you? My name is Chris Fair. Welcome to my channel, where today I will be talking about 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. This is season 7. We are in episode 10. My loves, can you believe it? What we've seen, what these eyes have seen over and over again, some of the repeated patterns. Sometimes we're like, how could this possibly endure? And how could this person just not leave? And how often do we have to keep talking about this horrible, abusive couple? And for some reason, they endure. So, this episode, I have a name here. Give me one reason. And, you know, this is like, give me one reason why I have to watch Ed and Liz when they're not a 90-day couple. Give me one reason why I have to endure more of like Angela's toxic behavior against Michael. Give me one good reason. The Matt Sharp is like ratings. But I don't understand because there is no way Big Ed generates ratings. I just like I think that okay. Colty's mom, Debbie, is on Single Life and stuff because I think that she is like such a crazy ass character, right? Like, she's not bad or good. She just exists. She's incredibly smothering towards Colty. She has like a very interesting voice. And Big Ed is physically quite a character, but has a nefarious quality to him, right? That makes him hard to watch. And like and so in such a way, Debbie doesn't. And so what I'm trying to tell you is it's I see why someone would want to watch Debbie, and I can't imagine anyone, much less like a bunch of people that like could persuade ratings either way, want to watch Big Ed. They don't. I know they don't. So here we are. Hi everyone. I'm so sorry I was late, but happy Halloween. I had such a great Halloween, and I hope that you guys did too. Nodding off, but God bless. T Jones is here. Liverpool ass. So I love you guys so much. Hi, Ramsterdam. Hi. So, how was your Halloween, everyone? Did everyone have a good one? I started off by having a full Costco haul, which was really nice. I got all the things I needed, like packs of Q-tips and packs of cotton things for beauty products. And, she got her Oral-B heads, and she got her like man shaver shave heads, and she got her like Lumify honey, all the things. So I feel really great about that. And then I handed out candy from between the hours of like 5 and really 9, which is why I was like late, because I was like still handing out candy. I made fresh chili from scratch. I have all the pictures I'm going to put on my Instagram, which you're following me, right? I'm at Chris L. Farah. The L is for lavish. I made fresh chili, 2-bean chili, ground beef. It was so good. Truly, I did just such a great job. I mean, I just like browned onions and spiced it well. And, I was just like really proud of myself the entire time. How do I say that other than just that? So I'm putting up the pictures. So, other than that, my loves, yeah, passing out candy to bunches of kids all night long. And we went through like 4 big bags of the Costco, like different brands of candy. And we ate chili and drank apple cider. It was fantastic. And now we're going to talk about this show. Okay, my loves. Hi, Honey Rider. So, yeah, just a intimate little Halloween live to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, as we've said. And I just wish that everyone, just had a little candy by them, or if not, just enjoy a little of our company for a little sweetness. Okay, so Jenny and Sumit, let's talk about them first. Jenny and Sumit, I loved this segment. Like this was overall like sort of a blasé episode. I thought there was just like some sort of boring parts. I didn't quite understand why we would have to like succumb to any of it, but that's God bless what happened. But besides that, the only good parts were Jenny and Sumit. So Sumit is just feeling himself now that he's married, even though it may be like he feels like his parents are going to get back to, in touch with him. Like he's feeling like whatever. And they have like some hip hop music playing for him. And he's just like going back to the workforce, to, like the daily grind. I'm just looking at my hair. I remember when okay, I worked at a restaurant and then I booked a bunch of commercials and then I quit that restaurant because I thought I would never have to work at a restaurant again because I thought that I was gonna like go quote unquote go on to like fame and glory, but I just like spent all that money because I opened a Pier 1 credit card and like furnished an apartment and then just like spent all that money because it was like 3 commercials. So it wasn't that much, you know what I'm saying? And so then I had to go back to that job, same job. And I was really happy though, because all my friends worked there, so it was like fine. And so that in that situation, and then later on, Ellen would, pretty much try and get me fired from that job, which is of course my fame in this world. So, but that's the same place. So, I know what it's like to go back to a restaurant job and be really excited about. And that is exactly how Sumit feels. Like he can't wait. Like he is pumped. He's just like so wants to get back to like the camaraderie because like all your friends when they work at a restaurant, it's like that part is great. Like you just go to this place, it's like a family, but it's also your friends. And it's like, yeah, you kind of do like hang out or whatever, because if there's customers there, it's like, yeah, you work or whatever. But when the customers aren't there, even if they're there, you like still talk to each other. There's a casual atmosphere. Obviously, if you're not working at like a high end, white tablecloth, or super corporate place. I tried to work at one of the Houston-owned restaurants. I think it's Hillstone Group, Gulfstream once, and it's so corporate. And it was so hard. It was actually too hard for me. I was much too casual. And then I feel like Goldilocks. I've worked at 3 different restaurants, and one was like too corporate for me, and one was like too mom and pop for me. I worked at this like Egyptian hookah lounge, so it was like too mom and pop, literally, for me. And then I worked at like a place that had like 3 locations, 2 locations, 3 other locations, and it ended up being great. So, I'm a little Goldilocks. This one was just right. Until Ellen. So anyway, God bless. Now Sumit is making Indian street food in a ghost kitchen. So it's kind of one of those things like in the advent of, in America, Postmates and such a thing. I think we might know it as the kind of restaurant that pops up in Los Angeles that like has yummy things you can order from delivery, but you don't go there. You don't like go and sit there. You don't, I mean, like you might not even order there. Maybe you do, but like I don't even know what their to-go thing is. Maybe there's to go, but like it's definitely not like sit and enjoy. And there's no servers. So his friend had opened this place, and it seems like it's all of his money invested in it pre-COVID. And then it was like they had talked maybe about being partners, and then COVID happened. And obviously that whole time, like, Sumit was like submitting to being with Jenny all the time. And one whole thing is like, yeah, that's what Jenny wants. Like, they have, Jenny would be incredibly happy if her time with Sumit was this. Wake up, have tea, look at each other. Maybe like you read a book out loud. We like lay in a hammock. Someone brings us eggs, fruit. And then like, okay, then, like, by the way, we got up at 11. And then so like maybe like around like 2, we're like hungry. We like get some walking clothes on. We like walk around. We like get lunch somewhere or something. And then we walk back to the house and we get food delivered because I don't want to cook. I don't have any food here to cook with. And then we have sex where obviously I'm on the, I'm laying down, missionary style. 5 pumps, I'm done. And I sleeps. I don't ever have to like set an alarm. I'm Jenny. I sleep like a baby every night. That's my dream. At some point, I'll die. I don't know what's gonna happen with you. But that's my dream. That's what I want to live. And he's like, because my friend put all his money in this like job, I have to like work there all the time. And I mean, like when I say all the time, I mean uh to make up for the fact that he put all his money in. They have the scene, him and his friend Rohit, and I talked about this in the podcast because when I watched this, I just like tried to envision, I like memorized this. This is exactly what happens. So I guess Sumit is the cook, the brains behind the chef of the operation, and the other guy's the money man. Okay, God bless. Oh, God bless. Okay, so in this ghost kitchen, there's like a hot pan. Okay, God bless. And then Sumit like puts like hot naan in, already good bread, right? And, you know, like maybe there's a little olive oil. I don't even know. Like maybe there's oil. I'm not quite sure. And then he like cracks an egg on it. And then like the egg kind of like, you know, like goes off to one side. It's like it doesn't like land perfectly. I guess it could be like a full egg, but he like definitely like then after he like, you know, cracks it, he like, you know, messes it around, like make sure it's not like intact. And it sort of just like sloppy slops, just like bakes into the bread. And then I don't know if he flips the bread around like a pancake or just doesn't. I don't know how hot the bread is or like if the bread gets black underneath, I'm not quite sure. And then it comes out, and then there are things that are layered on this egg bread, but it's again, it's not like scrambled egg on bread. It's confusing to me. Is it scrambled eggs on a bread and then they layer other things on it? Like, is it a breakfast naan sandwich? Is that what it is? I would do it differently. I have a whole thing where I like eggs that are gooey and barely. Okay, so I like barely scrambled. I like to mush them around barely so that you have distinct parts that are white and distinct parts that are yolky. So I'm not someone who likes to pre-scramble eggs like in like a little with a little like fork whisking it with like the milk or something. That's not my preferred. Jesse J's here. Oh, yay! I love having a partner as much as the next person, but all day, every day, I cannot. I need my space. What can we possibly talk about? I love it. That's so funny. Um, yeah, like she's going to die at some point, and then he's going to have to like go on with his life, and whether that includes a child, which I don't understand. He talks about it in such a way where I'm like, you don't want one, or are you thinking that you want one, or are you so sometimes weak-minded and unable to speak up for yourself that you allow people to pull that from you, or you just say you might want a child to like gloss over the situation. Sumit. When Rohit is getting at Sumit, Rohit is like, Jenny has, I mean, got you to just compromise left and right. Well, Jenny wanted you to get married, so you did. You know, like Jenny, you know, wanted you not to live with your parents, so you don't live with your parents. You know, I was like, Jenny also didn't want you to be married to someone else and not tell her, and yet you were. So, I mean, like, come on, Rohit. That was how I felt about it. The whole thing is, yeah, like, Rohit wants Sumit to work 7 days a week, all the time, definitely weekends. Now, definitely weekends is a whole ass thing. When you work at a restaurant, the weekends are the most popular time. That makes sense. 7 days a week seems a little intense. Seems a little intense. Like, unless you're saying, I mean, I hate to say this, unless you're saying, look, can you just like pop by every day? Just like a little bit, just to show your face, make sure everything's all right. Like, and also depending on how far away you are from the restaurant, I almost would get that, but like that has to be talked about. Jenny feels like she smells a little sketch to this. She feels like he is just going to like be with his friends all the time, drinking, which is true. Because like one thing I know about chefs and like working in restaurants, it's just like, you know, like it's like that lifestyle is like being up late, being up, you know, like it's like lots of coke. I mean, just like read any chef's autobiography, read Anthony Bourdain's work. I mean, lots of coke. Definitely alcohol, cigarettes, and or weed. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying. Because you need it because it's a hard job to do and it's a lot of like personal, like, not confrontation, personal interaction, and with like high stakes and just like, I don't know, it's just like it's hard to keep yourself going, especially late at night. So, um, she feels it. She knows it. Jenny's been around, like when she says she's been around, we believe her. Like Jenny wants us to believe that she's been around and definitely she knows everything about sex there is to know. But I mean, I'm not quite sure about that. But honey, she definitely knows her way around a bedroom and I'm sorry, a kitchen. Just kidding. No, a restaurant. No, she works. She knows her way around life sometimes. It's interesting. She never wants to clean at all. She never wants to like cook at all. Like his whole thing is like, okay, for one day, let's cosplay. I'll go to work. You go to the supermarket and buy food and then cook it for us to eat like a wife, and I'll pretend to be a husband. Ready? Go. Thusly giving me my favorite scene, which is Jenny in the Indian farmers market, bazaar, open air market, where, this whole time she's like, the whole time Sumit has been taking her around India. So she like, just walks around, he talks, he like tells her what to do. She's like, hi, whatever, God bless. So in this moment, she has to be independent, and she finds it very hard. She finds it overwhelmingly anxiety ridden. She gets stared at, it makes her feel uncomfortable. She wants to go buy veggies. Again, they are in like a farmer's market, if you will. And she goes to this one like veggie vendor, and she's picking out some things. And this woman is like, oh, no, no, no. You have to buy more. You have to you have to buy this much of that thing. No, it's not enough. And it just seems overwhelmingly like, what is this? Is this place only for restaurants? Is this wholesale for restaurants only? I mean, that's my only thing. Is this like a Costco style thing? And you don't like make things be put together? Are there signs that say that and Jenny just didn't say it? Because it seemed weird to me. It seems like, ma'am, you have scales. And you know how much things are. So it seems to me that like you can definitely just charge her half of what you're going to charge her if she was to buy two of those things. Why do I have to buy 2 heads of romaine lettuce for $10? Why can't I buy one for 5? Or whatever it is. By the way, that'd be an expensive head of romaine lettuce. Like that's like Air One romaine lettuce, Air One organic. It's like a snobby organic high end. I love it so much. Groceries in like LA. I think there's one in also Calabasas and Santa Monica, Venice or something. Okay, so having said that, I'm gonna bring this over here. She leaves that woman because that woman, like, after making her buy all of this stuff, like charges her an obscene amount of money. And Jenny's like, oh no, I can't, no, I'm not gonna be able to pay that. The woman's like, just kidding. Oh, no, just 1,000. And then she's like, no, still so expensive. And the woman's like, I'll throw in the mushrooms. And Jenny's like, and just walks away or whatever. I just love it so much. And she just finds this other guy. And this other guy, honey, is just like, not about to talk. And like, doesn't care what Jenny's going to do just to like not have to like interact with her. Like this second male veggie vendor that she ends up buying things from because he won't talk to her. So she doesn't care. Like he doesn't care. She's like, can I buy one? He's like, she does. She buys like a little amount. He like basically charges her nothing just to like see her walk away. God bless. He gives the face a little bit of like an Usman's mom. So that happens. That scene happens. It's the best scene ever. Like I could watch her in this. I want to see what she was like buying everything. I want to. She says that people stare at her. I want to see the people staring at her. I know you have to get their releases, but thusly that would be great for me. So Sumit and her hang out later, back at the house, and she's like, "Look what I bought! I'm gonna boil a potato." He's like, "Oh, you're okay. You're gonna boil it, and then like, what happens after that? People just eat boiled potatoes? I feel like that's step one of the potato like making thing. Like you boil them, and then you roast them. You boil them, and then just maybe I'll mash them." And I just was like, I actually would love to see you mash potatoes. She's like, trying to like peel them, like I cooked chili. I mean, when I say from scratch, I guess there were some things I did. Like, like I didn't like use dehydrated beans, so I used canned beans. Does she not have a slow cooker? She just doesn't. Yeah, it's like if I had a slow cooker crocker kind of thing and I lived in India and a rice cooker, I would be able to rock it. I would be on top of like the curries and the dals and like like a slow cooker and a rice cooker because the truth of the matter is I'm not the greatest rice cooker. And rice cookers make it so easy. It comes up perfect every time. And you don't have to like worry really about like cooking it or like worrying about any part of it or like where it's gonna be on your oven. It's just like in this own separate thing, cooking on the side. I love a rice cooker. Oh God. Anyway, I you guys like my Jenny? It's horrible. I actually really like Jenny as a person, and I feel like I love that Jenny found a love in her life. I just feel like we all have to like digest certain people's voices on this show, and there's just like a plethora of like her voice, Muhammad's voice, like oh, Eve, like that, there's just so many different voices to have it, like, Debbie's voice, of Colty and Debbie, Colty. There's just like a lot. Thank you so much for having, any sort of like energy on a Halloween with your girl. That means me. Like, share, subscribe, thumbs it up. Happy Halloween. I can already tell there's going to be like a longer live because I think I've only talked about one couple so far and it's already 23 minutes. However, it is one of the better couples and the other couples are some of them are not going to be that long because it's like nothing happened. So what did she feed her kids? Surely she has 2 dishes up her sleeve. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what she fed her kids, and she says it, honey. So in one of the abouts, by the way, I think I can't tell. Sometimes I watch more to Loves. She was queen of, honey, like a Stouffer's lasagna or like a Stouffer's like French bread pizza. Like she's just like, yeah, I make pizza sometimes, and like Sumit's like, you make pizza? And she's like, well, yeah, I just got it out of the box. I was like, oh yeah, like she DiGiorno. She's like, yeah, I have a DiGiorno fetish. Love a DiGiorno. I okay. We all have things, right? Like I liked boxed macaroni and cheese. I like boxed macaroni and cheese. I like Annie's. I like Kraft. I like, like it's powdery, it's cheesy, it's yummy, it's made from whatever, nothing. I have no idea. It's angel dust. Okay, it's so good. I am not a frozen pizza person except for, I guess growing up, there was like the Wolfgang Pucks or the like, did Wolfgang Pucks have one? Or was it like CPK had them? Maybe, but the thing is like I never had DiGiorno, never had Tombstone. It's like and I get it's cheap. It was also just like it was cheap to just order pizza. And if you wanted pizza, it's like getting fresh Domino's or Pizza Hut. It's like maybe it is double the price, I guess. Because if you have a frozen pizza, I guess it really could just be like $4.99. But you really could also do like a $3.99 Little Caesars if you want to go pick it up. So it really just goes and depends on you. I just would rather have like horrible, fresh, cheap pizza than horrible frozen pizza. um, by the way, having said that, I definitely 100% had Costco pizza today, and it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. But whatever the thing I got at Costco that I didn't like was the fruit smoothie. It was so sweet. I don't know what was in it, honey. Just like it was candy. Do you go and like save the ones you want? I'll tell you right now, Jenny. After Sumit listened that Jenny had like boiled potatoes on the menu, he was like, "Cool, I brought you some of this like scrambled egg bread sandwich thing," and she's like, "I loved it," you know. Um, oh, hey Chris, please wish Wa a happy belated birthday. Mine was Friday, October 28th. Oh, Sharika, happy birthday. Ah, how lovely. Happy birthday, my babe. I hope you had such a special time. Yeah, Wa had a great birthday too. I don't mean I don't want to talk for her, but I was with her birthday. Her parents and her fam threw her a lovely barbecue on her actual birthday, and we got to spend some time together the day after. And I will tell her that. I wish she was here now. I love that you said that though. That's very kind of you. Also, yeah, happy birthday, boo. Happy birthday to you. Happy belated or happy belated birthday to you. Okay, so yeah, I just that egg bread, I'll just never like stop thinking about like what it was. Because it's just like I do like bread. So it's not that it doesn't look good. It's just that also what does it taste like and what is it? Could you like I'm surprised he didn't like tell us a little more if he's like a chef. Like I wish that he had like kind of like gone through it and been like, as you see here, like a little like Ina Garten, like I'm going to heat up the pan and make sure that it's hot before I add the oil, whatever it is, just like a ghee, whatever, God bless. Um, I also like that after Jenny eats the sandwich, she's like, "Oh, you and your friend are just gonna get effed up all the time." Oh no, I can tell by this kind of food. This is the kind of food made by like party bros. This isn't like high end food. This is like stoner food. You guys are just gonna get like effed up all the time, drunk out of your mind, and then just like eat this food and just like that's what's happening. Well, I'm gonna eat my boiled potatoes. Okay. Yeah, but he just really wants her to be a housewife, and she just really wants to spend all her time, her whole life, and the rest of his life while her life exists, together with him, staring each other in the face all the day long. I love it. Let's move on to Jovi and Yara. So they are now obviously in Prague, and I just want to be there too. This whole thing now ends up being like an infomercial for like how gorgeous and like fun it looks in Prague. Um, Yara's doing Mila's hair, and Mila's is so cute. Like, I just love that little face. Like, what a little person, like, what a little character. I just love a baby with character like that. Every time she's on the screen, like, I can barely look at anyone else. Like, I'm just like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you doing? You crazy. What are you gonna do? Which is fine because the storyline's boring. It's kind of the same kind of thing where I think that they're making something up because it's crazy to think what what's happening is going to happen. They wanted us to believe that Yara was on the precipice of bringing Mila without without Jovi being there in the middle of a war, just to like traipse through Europe, helping people like some superwoman like Gal Gadot and like whatever Wonder Woman 1, and with like Mila by her side, truly. And that was never going to happen. Like, that's just ridiculous. And so this situation now will be that she is just going to, without really caring about Jovi at all, just move here. It starts by her being like, Jovi, you stay here. I'm gonna like go with my mom and just like walk around, And so she like talks to her mom, and her mom's like, I would love you to like, be around. She's like, well, I just want you to like babysit this baby. She's like, I would babysit that baby all day long. And she's like, oh, that'd be great. For my work. I work. So she's like, this next morning, this scene's great. I'm gonna eat this whole half of my Snickers. Jovi is hungover. I don't know what Jovi did the night before, except that I'll tell you there's like a glass of like what looks like Chardonnay on his side of the bed, like not finished. The hotel sends them a lavish room service breakfast that for some reason has champagne attached to it, even though supposedly no one ordered it. Because Jovi's asleep, wakes up to eggs. Who ordered the champagne unless it's part of the deal? Is that a package deal at that hotel? And can I stay there? I want the champagne package at the Prague hotel that Jovi and Yara are staying at. Champagne room service every morning breakfast. And it was like fried eggs. I love eggs. With like bacon drizzled around. I mean, what a way to wake up. He's just like, F the eggs, give me the champagne. She's like, Jovi! He's like, I went to bed drinking Chardonnay. Like, this makes sense. God, that liver. He really does look so hungover and tired in this scene. She's like, Jovi, Mom and I are going to go look at apartments. He's like, what? I'm sorry, come again? And then she's like, I want to live in apartments. I'm just going to look. And her whole thing is that she makes money. She makes money selling clothes and also makeup, whatever, on her site that she buys through whatever, the rhinestone lip glosses, the various jackets. So much so that she can afford. Yeah, she just wants like a second apartment in Prague. That 90-day money, I guess, sometimes comes big for other people. I'm just kidding, but that's great for her. That's a lot of. I don't know how much apartments are in Prague. It's Yara, so she'd want a nice one. I'm gonna guess 1,500 for a 1-bedroom. I mean, I don't know. That's fully a guess. So anyway, she's like, yeah, it's my money, Jovi. So who cares? And I want to like do that. And he's like, well, it's your money, but it's also our money because it's your money. See, we're married, so it's our money. And he's just like also taking it back. He's like, well, you should have like said this before. It feels like it was your plan. Like, why don't you actually say, hey, by the way, in Prague, we will be apartment shopping. It feels like you just spring this on me or whatever. And Yara like really can't say anything about that because it's exactly what she did. But also, like in this setup by the producers, she is the unreasonable one. Now, what it would be more of a very cheap in Prague. It's very cheap in Prague. Is that what you're saying? Great. If it's very cheap in Prague, then maybe she could be like, look, I can get an apartment for $750. And, Jovi, obviously, you have a job where you're gone for like a month at a time. Just like, don't see you. Your mom lives 3 hours away and she's like never around. Haha, Miss Gwen. And it'd be great if I had a place to come and be at $750. It's just like so cheap. I don't know what you're doing for the other like times. Can you like sublet it for the other times? Or you just like Yeah, it was like, you just like sit on it. Don't use it for like 3 months out of the year. He's like, you have to be in America 180 days, which, you know, 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. That means 6 months around 30. It's 3 blocks of 30, 6 blocks of 30. I mean, so she has to be in America for around 6 months out of the year. So I mean, I don't know really what is like a reasonable thing and what she's actually thinking about doing and what isn't just like fanfare and like drama for this. Like, I think that I wish they could show other fun things like in the city that would be like interesting. Like, I wish we could have like a conversation with one of like Yara's ex-boyfriends. I wish we could have a conversation with like one of Jovi's ex-girlfriends. Whatever happened to Jovi's friends, like from season 1? Remember like the ones that like she went to the manicure with and said all about the stuff, the strippers and stuff like that? Like, did Yara never let him ever see those people ever again? And that's why we will never see them again? What happened to all of Jovi's friends? Now all he wants to do is like be up her butt all day long. Hang out with her and her mom. Hear them talk about him with just his name and then a bunch of other like non-English words he can't understand because like he had the audacity to be like, she could learn English. By the way, if she comes to America and those 2 women are by themselves, guess who will be the odd man out? Because also Mila will know the language. So you will be just dumb. Just kind of like sitting on your thumb dumb. So let's go. Libby and Andrei. So Libby and Andrei tell us that they're pregnant. Yay! He just like lays it down so hard. Oh my god, and they're just like in such a great marriage. Great. What a great time to be pregnant, by the way, I think, because for pregnant women, the smocked bodice, kind of peasant dress, puffy sleeve look, that thing is just like made for a beautiful like pregnant silhouette. It can be comfy, you can move in it, you still feel femme, you still feel like a little maternal. I get it. So it's a great time to be pregnant and have that as your life. And I think that Libby looks super cute pregnant. So they've told Ellie like half gets it, half not, like they're just like, there's gonna be a baby in mama's belly. And like they just keep saying it, baby in the belly, baby in the belly, there's gonna be the baby in the belly, there's baby in the belly, and so now she's like, baby in the belly. She's like scared. The baby in the belly. They just go to this like place, just get the ultrasound, and you just need it because you don't know haram at that age anything. You're just like a little girl. You're just kind of like, why is there a baby in that belly? How is there a baby? It's weird. I mean, is it like one of my dolls? Did she eat one of my dolls? So I would think my first thing is like, did she eat a baby? Is that why is it like are you saying like how like my dinner is in my belly early? I also thought that I came from an egg. Hilda Battenfield, happy Halloween, my love. I thought my mom made a nest outside of the house they lived in Studio City and laid an egg. And I thought that for a long time. And I think that I remember thinking that like the stork thing made sense then. Like remember the stork thing and the stork, like the stork. I feel like you don't see the stork as much. But for some reason in the 90s, it was like I always saw like the stork would come in with like it was like a hammock with a baby with like a baby in it. No, it's it's an egg or it's egg baby. I don't know what it was, my loves, but I just like that made sense. Like, yeah, stork. There's an egg. My mom either laid it or the stork brought it. I'm not quite sure. My mom sits on it. Or maybe the stork This is. Whew. Did you guys hear that? Sorry. There was a full firework. It just scared the shit out of me. God, happy Halloween. Yeah, I don't know. I thought someone sat on me until I hatched. I broke through. I gone through to the other side, literally, and the other side being life. And I was just like, oh, I would just like, it's so funny because now I am someone who like creates the comforts of the womb at all times. My dad told me he found me. Wait. Where? Just I was like walking, I like stumbled and looked over, like a baby, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'll pick that one up. Like a coin. If its head's up, I will. If its tail's up, it's bad luck. Just kidding. That's so funny. So, okay. So anyway, they're gonna go to look at the baby and bring their other baby, and their other babies with them, and the ultrasound happens, and you can see things, and it's like I remember it's like hard to see. They're always kind of moving, so you're kind of like, I see, I don't really kind of just. It's a weird thing that what you're seeing because it's kind of like what made from radio frequency, so it's kind of like images at a time you're getting from how sound is bouncing around. I'm not quite sure. I don't understand this thing. You can tell. But was that dolphin game in video game history like emo? No. EO? Where you'd have to use the sonar of like bouncing where you are to like know where you are. It's like so when you see babies, you're kind of like in the womb like that. It's like a dancing drawing. And it's never fully formed. And so maybe you have an emotional reaction when it's yours. But I think every time I see a scene of like sonogram, I'm kind of like, oh, it's waving? Was it waving? I can't really see. I mean, okay. Why? Because it was like one line was there for 1 second. Now I can't see that line there anymore. Okay, yeah, that one. They really want for actually, I don't know if they said they really want for a son, but like, I think they probably would want one of each, and like what they would be like if it was a little boy, because like, Andrei is so Andrei, and she's like, well, what if he's just not, like you? What if he's just like your dad? What if he's just sweet and loving and not really crazy and controlling and out of his mind? Andrei's like, or Lib. What if he's just like me? I know that's a horrible Andrei over the last part. But yeah, he has a big head. So Lib's like, I hope he doesn't have a big head. For my sake. So after them, basically they're just like don't want to tell Libby's family because Libby's family is just like up to no good and always has it out for them, or like we'll try and fuck it up and somehow. Like I don't know what he thinks Charlie's gonna try and like come and like shake Libby and have her miscarry in the middle of the night. I'm not quite sure, Lucy D. Chris. I worked the emergency room, and one night we had a pregnant girl arrive in labor, and she thought she could throw up the baby. Through this, she thought she thought she was going to, and she thought she could just through her stomach because like, yeah, the baby's in my stomach. I said the baby can just come up through my stomach, through my throat, out of my mouth. I mean, that is a deep throat. That means something different. That's crazy. That's gross. That's crazy. That's wild. People are wild. Jessie J, I love you. Happy Halloween, sweet friend. Thanks for spending some time with us. Lucy, that's crazy. Okay, so I really don't want to talk about Michael and Angela. And I don't already talk about Ed and Liz. There's really nothing to say about Michael and Angela because this whole time with them, I was kind of waiting for Michael to put his foot down and be done, and we would see like this thing where he would like stand up for himself and be like, you can't just come to my house and scream at me and like ruin my car. Like, you're absolutely insane and it's over. I never want to see you again. Like, you're abusive and crazy. I was waiting for that. And I can't believe that, like, that's not what happened. I just can't believe it. I just cannot believe it to sit here and be like, Michael, like, went back and, just if we watch it, we watch it. Like, I'll be honest, like, it's annoying to fast forward 2 segments now because I was already, like, completely fast forwarding Ed and Liz. It makes me happy to do so. I was watching, like, half watching Angela and Michael's because I didn't know if Wa wanted to talk about them, which she did. So we did talk about them, or I guess Wa did, on Docu-Sweeties for this episode. Docu-Sweeties 90 Day Fiancé HEA, this exact episode's already live wherever you listen to podcasts, and this live stream is on the Patreon, as well as Love During Lockup, which we're doing that as well. So I don't want to talk about them. Like, she's just, it's too much. I just can't talk about her yelling at him and him just wanting her to be different, and just like, but them like also sometimes getting together and like him not putting his foot down. I just can't deal with it. I just can't. I think that we all have to like do what's good for us. And right now, it's like her energy is too much. Do we think Angela and Michael are scripted now? I do. It's such a good. Okay. How could she cry? Like, how could she be good at crying and stuff like that? She just is. She's like there are just people that are brilliant reality show actresses, like the like she can just cry and stuff like that. It's so hard. She weeps in this episode. Um, yeah, like I think that what was interesting is Angela kept wanting him to talk about her new body. And I think that's like a story point that got addressed this episode, like him being like, "Oh, I loved it, MG." And so that almost felt like the producers had asked him, and like that was a thing, like, have you seen her new body? What do you think of her new body? Now that you've had sex with her after her new body, she had lost the weight because they supposedly hadn't seen each other, blah, 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 blah. It's just crazy that after like her screaming at him, it's crazy that they like were sexually intimate. And it's just like, I get that it's a reality show and that's like jaw dropping and just like, to have the back and forth is like what this kind of thing is. But it feels like I'm over it, I guess, because it feels like I don't have a dog in this fight. You want to root for one of the people in the couple or the couple. You don't want to not root for the couple. Like that's how like if there's a couple, you have 2 options. You really have, well, 2 or 2 or 3 options. Either you like one of them, you like the other one, or you like them as a couple. But not liking them as a couple, nor neither one of them, is like an opportunity to disappoint. Angela seems to think that he shouldn't have a social media because he's not charming enough. I mean, I don't disagree with that part. Okay. Yes, Ram. She does. Since surgery, we have she's like drunk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's addicted to pain meds. I think that two things are happening. I think she can't talk with those new teeth. Oh, I think she can't talk with new teeth. I think she has like weird dentures or some weird, like, she has the veneers, my loves, or whatever it is, like teeth wise, are making her so she doesn't talk right. I do think also she drinks more and she can get drunker faster because she has like less weight on her and she's eating less, you know? So, okay, babes. Uh, how much are they paying Renee to be on this season? How much, like, she, what a weird angel that Angela had finally found a friend, brand new friend that they just met who smokes, who'll travel anywhere with Angela, who like think for some reason that Angela, even though does some things wrong, is like not above chastising and is like happy to be in the motherland, as she said. I mean, it's quite a get in getting a Renee who's gonna be on your side and trying to like patch things up with Michael. I don't understand. Did Michael talk to her on the phone before? Does Michael know who Renee is? Okay, so my last coupal is Usman and Kimberly. So Usman starts, and I thought Usman was eating like a yucca root, like cacava root, something like that. Like he dives teeth first into like this piece of something or other. Looks like bamboo. But Wah told me it was sugar cane. And I've never had just like sugar cane like that. And it was interesting to think that like something's gonna be just like sweet. Like a vegetable's gonna be sweet. A vegetable sweet? How interesting. So um now they have to like get over the fight they just had. Well, more fireworks. Because Usman decided to try and put Kimberly in her place by letting Kimberly know that Usman could have anyone, honey, that Kimberly is lucky because Kimberly is old and not that attractive and old. I say old and seasoned, but also kind of like mildly frumpy and has been through it and God bless, like rode hard, put away wet many years ago. And Usman is a superstar, as we know, superstar. So his DMs, honey, is filled full of just like biddy after biddy. Now, I don't know about this because beggars can't be choosers. And he definitely feels like he has not chosen uh, the, you know, the pick of the litter or the cream of the crop when it comes to conventionally would be attractive. What would have to happen is, I guess, I would love Usman to be like, look, I have a thing for older women. I like older women. I just want to be with older women. It makes me feel loved, taken care of, nurtured. I like the way their skin crepes. Whatever it is. I want him to say it to me. I said this on DocuSweeties also. Sometimes Usman doesn't give off a very sexual vibe. Sometimes he is sexual, very sexual, right? And he was with baby girl Lisa and he was with Kimberly. And when I say that, I mean like he's putting off, I said like cosplays as, or projects, like, like we talk about the yammy or whatever, but like he doesn't actually make me feel like he sits in his sexuality. Gotta be me. At this point, except for Usman and Kim and Jenny and Sumit, both couples, which are ridiculously anyhow, I came in about half hour late, so I think I'd rather hear about your trick or treat candy girl. Oh no, gotta be me. Okay, well, I did talk about that. What felt like at least 10 minutes before I even started. God bless. But don't worry, I'll talk about it at the end. Yay, hi. Hi, friends. Usman was so rude. Oh, yeah. Notice he didn't have a glass filled with anything when he said it was. That's good because she didn't want to get filled with whatever it was. The fact that he added rich when describing the woman in his DM tells you a lot. Yeah. Like, why would he want rich? Also, yeah, like, Kimberly has given you nothing but money and gifts. Kimberly rolls into Nigeria slash Usman's life kind of looking rich. Like, I mean, wouldn't you think that Kimberly was rich? Like, she rolls in kind of like how Bilal used to roll in, like maybe not the Louis Vuitton fake luggage, even though that's both Bilal and Usman have LV logos on their luggage, by the way. It's just more like she's because Kimberly always stays in like nice hotels with like suites and stuff. So like she's fine. Also, if you are a rich superstar man in a patriarchal society, then what the hell do you care if the women that you're with are rich? That should be you. That's what should be what you should have your own money. So why wouldn't you? Oh, they're not young and beautiful? Then what are they giving to you, the thing that you need? Money? You need money. Is that what you're saying? Oh, why? Because you're not successful? Everything is circular, come on. After they get over this like conversation, I don't even know how they get over it. Because it doesn't make any sense. And she said what she said, which is, I don't want to be the second wife. So if I have to be the second wife, I'm gonna have to leave. And he's like, you're gonna leave? Well, then fine. We're gonna break up. You're trying to break up with me. Well, then why are you breaking up with me? Because I could have any woman. That's the correct of the conversation. So them getting over that doesn't make any sense because that is what she said is what she believes. Kimberly does not want to be wife number two. If she has to be wife number two, she will leave Nigeria. So she will go back to America. Whether they're together or not, I don't understand. Probably not. It seems how it would be. Because he would have to get a wife, probably wife number one, and thusly someone to bear him children. They get over this fight, and his solution is this: look, we're going to try this all again. This time, we're going to meet with mom, and we're not going to meet with Farouk, my stupid brother. Farouk is my older brother, not my oldest brother, my older brother who always like obviously was really annoying yesterday, but also like always gave me a hard time. Like he's dumb. But Muhammad will be there, and Muhammad has my mom's ear, and we'll try this again. So they go to this place, and Kimberly's there. She like is like, I brought this scarf. Will you please wrap it around me? I don't understand why she doesn't know how to wrap a scarf around her. It's LOL. But he does a good job. And every time that it's so interesting, they're sitting and she sits where she wants to sit. And then the Usman knows where his mom's gonna sit. And when they come in, they don't stand for the mom. I always am like, why aren't you standing for the mom? And it just seems like a sign of love. So what ends up happening is Muhammad's not there. Farouk's there. Fuck, it's Farouk. Fook, it's Farak. Just kidding. So they're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So it's totally different. And Kimberly had the whole time was like, before last time, she was like, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be me. But I guess that wasn't her because this time she's like, I just want to show them the fun side of me, the fun side. Because the only side they saw of her last time was like, can I say something? Can I say something? It's not a bribe. It's not a bribe. And so this time she's like, oh, hi. Wow. Didn't expect to see you, Farouk. Thought I was going to see Muhammad. Hi, Mom. Can I call you Mom? Just kidding. God bless. So Kimberly comes in hardcore with this, like, everyone loves me. No, listen, a magic about me. There's something about me, something about Kimberly, and I know how to turn it on and I know how to connect with people. So watch this. So they sit there and she gets out her phone and she's like, yeah, I have a son, so I understand family. So you want him to have a family. I understand because I have a son. And oh, look at him, and like she's showing them Jamal and Usman's mom is like, is he one of us? Because Jamal is half black, half Kimberly. Kimberly's like, yes. Mm-hmm. Got him. So then Kimberly's like, somehow, okay, so then this is a great thing. So then Usman sort of brought this up before. Usman's like, yeah, and Kimberly and I have a lot in common. Like, we both did the same job on the base or whatever. And then Fadouk's like, you were in the military? And he's like, yeah, she was in, whatever, God bless, doing this. And Fadouk, I guess, was too. And he's like, once a soldier, always a soldier. And they like, just like, whatever, bond over being soldiers. I know, of course, that people bond over being like in the or veterans in America, like obviously, like, oh, you were in this infantile and not infantile, and not intel. Okay, well, you can obviously tell that I know nothing about this life. I'm somewhat fascinated about military life and like families that have been in the military and all the decorum that goes with that and like the schools and stuff. So it's such like it's like there's so much honor and discipline involved, which I'll just never know. But when people like have both served and they can like go back and talk about things or what it was like there or friends and stuff, like it's like a whole thing. It's like, I the only thing I can think of is like, yeah, I guess having gone to school somewhere at the same place, but like what if your school was just like thousands of people? I don't know. But it is kind of awesome that Farouk really feels bonded toward Kimberly if they both were soldiers in different countries, but like there's just something about serving and having to get up early in the morning. Does Kimberly still get up early in the morning? Like, can you imagine if Jenny had to serve? Ha ha ha, Jenny does not like to get up early in the morning. Heather B. She kept saying she was a good person. I don't think good people throw drinks at their partner, but okay. Yeah, she always wants to be like, you guys, if my family was here and they saw you guys and we would just all would be like the same kind of people, just great people, just thinking how great me and Usman and my relationship are. So basically, after that, the mom is, looks at Jamal and, Farouk gets excited over her like resume. And the mom's like, cool, cool, cool. So here's the thing. There's a girl at my house. I want you to come over, meet the girl, and that'll be your wife number one. And then you guys can get married. I'm not even saying no. I'm not even saying no to you. No, you're fine. No, just do it. Oh, great. But you're going to marry the first girl that I want. And she's at my house right now. Come meet her. And so, like, Usman's like, okay. But then Kimberly's like, no, you can't go meet her when I'm here. Like, no, I think it's no, And like, so literally, like, I love it when it's like very obvious that Usman's mom does not want to spend one more moment on camera than she has to, either because she doesn't speak English, she doesn't feel comfortable. But it's like very obvious that all the sons know that the minute the conversation can be done, it's done. Farouk's like, great. Well, Papa said the one thing that she's supposed to say, which is that she wants the thing that she wants, which is the same thing we said yesterday. It's very nice to meet you again. Great son and great job serving your country. Bye. Bye. Like we're going to leave now. And so, yeah, Kimberly's like, I don't want you to go meet that woman. Like, it's crazy that they would ask you to do that, like, while I'm here. He's like, no, I just sometimes have to do some things for myself. Sometimes I have to do some things for them, and sometimes I do some things for you. Yummy, ha ha ha. He's like, he's like, I take care of all the things. And right now I have to take care of my family. Nagatha Christie, Chris, military brat here. And trust, military peeps are always OM on mission. Hmm. Hmm. I love it. Okay. So, oh yeah. Yeah, mom knows that Kimberly is jealous, but like she doesn't give an F, like because if you're going to have two wives, you're going to be okay with two wives. Then you better get over jealousy. Like if you are thinking that you're going to have any jealousy now, then why are you entering into a situation where he's going to have more than one wife and the other wife will be the one that makes babies with him? where then he looks down and he loves the babies and he sees one of two faces, him or his wife's face, not you. So if you feel at all awkward about that, Kimberly, like if you feel like you're going to get jealous about that, or you don't even want him to meet some nice lady that could also happens to be a cousin or something, like it doesn't bode well for you allowing this to happen and for like your marriage to like have to last. And even though I don't think you are like her, we've already seen the repercussions of him getting married to an old white woman who can't bear him children and how it didn't actually work out. But I'll keep that all on the inside and just give a look like this. I just love the fact that all she has to do is look, and then her son, whatever son it is, just can feel it and know it. Well, mommy and I have said our thing, so we will go as we've said the thing. So thank you. What if you could just see Kimberly? Like I wish that Angela wasn't annoying because it's like Kimberly and Angela and like Jenny, just like three women just traipsing around India and Africa with like different hijabs or different like, scarves around their heads, just like trying to get through a typical day, grocery shopping, going to a temple, cooking, all of it. It's like so fish out of water, it's just so white woman in an Eastern country, it's just so like it's a classic trope that we just keep watching and it's just great. Hi baby boos. Can't believe I caught a late night Halloween live. Hey, late night Halloween live. More about her reaction, outlier. Why doesn't he just marry a young woman from his DMs and bring her on the show? I don't get it. Maybe because there's not a lot of options in the Liverpool last DMs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's boy who cried wolf. Boy who cried rich women in the DMs. Yeah. If there were like that many rich women in the DMs, is it that like how hard is loyalty to find? How hard is loyalty for him to find? Loyalty. Kimbali. She's loyal. He tried too, but Zara said nope. Kimberly would lose her mind if he marries and has a child with another woman. Trick or treat. Yay. Yeah, no, I mean, oh, my phone is messing with me. You reminded me, Bilal and Chai. Am I the only one who knows that they have their own YouTube channel and it's very up to date and there's no sign of any baby bump and they're very happy? I love that. Gotta be me. Yeah, they came hard for the content creation. So they've been making reels and stuff. Like Jibri and Miona like ended their reign on TV and just like jumped into content creation. They're just like editing things together all the time. I feel like they hired someone. Or does Bilal's kids do it? Did he like he's like, I'm gonna make you little social media managers of my Instagram feed. So yeah, Kimberly, I don't know what to tell you about that. I just like she is going to have to make a decision. How bad does she want to be with Usman? How bad do you want to be with him? The only way you can be with him is if he gets married first and has a child and you'll be wife number 2. That's the only way. And if it's not it, then yeah. Listen, Kimberly, and I hate to say this, you've made some overwhelmingly inopportune decisions in your romantic past. You literally could be a crossover for Love After Lockup. I wish you would. I wish you would. I would find it fascinating. she's delusional. She's Kimberly, like Jamal would just be shaking his head the whole time, just being like, oh my God, I can't with this one. I'm happy he's like a grown-ass man. I'm happy that he can do his own thing. There's parts of Kimberly that I really find charming, and there's parts of her that I just like can't like hang my hat on. And which is interesting because in a different way, I could say the same thing about Angela, which is like there's parts about Angela that I used to find charming and now I can't quite deal with anymore. And the parts that used to be charming are overwhelmed by the like craziest parts. So older biddies, my love, older biddies. That's all I have to say about that, I guess. She needs some touchy clot for under eye. Sorry, Kimberly. Oh my God, the Estee Lauder touchy clot, touche clot. You know what is great about that product is that it is the only concealer with a brush attachment for on-the-go usage. Think about it. All the other concealers come with like a little doe foot or blah blah blah. You have to like the touche eclat. I can't speak French. By Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder. I love to bring when I'm wearing a red lip because often when you wear a red lip and you get a little like mushy mush on this side or something you've eaten something and you just want to do like a crisp, clean concealer moment to kind of like liven it up. It's great for that. Obviously, under eyes, it's such a good product. I don't know why there haven't been more concealer devices that are like for on the go application like that. It's the only one because of the brush attachment. You like twist. It's one of, if you haven't heard it yet, it's like one of those ones you twist into a brush and then you can use the brush to kind of like paint it on. By the way, I don't know if it's for sure, but definitely I think this weekend was the Sephora VIB or the Sephora Rouge, Sephora sale. And the VIB is what it's called. And then the various tiers or whatever. I think Rouge started it. And at some point, as the days progress, anyone can get their like little like 15 or 20% off, whatever it is. I'm not buying anything. I had a cart full of palettes, but I was like, I just don't. I want them all, but it's like, do I really want to spend like $500? And also, do I know where I'm going to store them? Because palettes are so big, but I want them. You guys remember when I was doing my live in the morning and I wanted to buy that dress and I had to like be here for the dress drop and it was the Hill House nap dress and then I got it and it's the white lace. So I did, right? That happened. And then I wore it for my birthday. It was like, great. This has all happened like a long time ago. And my long time ago, earlier this year. So then their Christmas drop came out and it had this like Christmas tartan, whatever. And it had, which I was so excited about and I really wanted it. And then the other nap dress they had, which I wasn't expecting, was a rose gold sequence. And I bought both. And I bought both. And now I own 4 different versions of the same dress. Now, the fabrics are very different and some are a little different. One has like 3 tiers of ruffles down, one has one. So, and they are vastly different in their fabrics. One is white lace, one is black lace, one is Christmas tartan, like Christmas plaid. It's like Scottish looking. And one is rose gold sequins. I can't tell you how much I love wearing them. I can't tell you how easy they are. I can't tell you like the thought of wearing them makes me happy because they're so easy to like wear and put on. So it's like, if it's like, sometimes when you have social anxiety, one way you can get around it is if you like your outfit. You're like, I don't want to go out. I just don't even want to like really see anyone or go out. But my God, I do have that cute outfit. I know exactly where it is, and it's already pressed, already perfect. I know exactly how I'm gonna put it on. Oh my god, I like, oh, it's gonna look good. I know what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go. You know, so it really helps. Really, that those moments help. Heather B. Ooh. I came in a little late. What have you covered so far? My love, all of it. I'm not gonna lie, all of it. No. We're an hour and 15 minutes in. I have completely gone through every Kupal we watched on 90 Day this episode, except for the ones we don't talk about, the ones unnamed. Ed and Liz. And I also really didn't talk about Angela and Michael. I don't really want to, but then I did kind of talk about them, but not really, but kind of. No, we talked about them all. Because it was like not that much happened for like majority of people. Like not that much happened for Libby and Andrei. Not that much happened for Jovi and Yara. And honestly, I mean, even though I didn't really talk about them, which is fine, not that much really even happened for Michael and Angela. They were just yelling at each other and then they had sex or whatever. But the biggest things were Kimberly and Usman and Sumit and Jenny. And the Sumit and Jenny thing was mostly just like me watching her like get taken for some like endive. So funny. I'll rewatch it. Heather B. Oh, Liverpool Last. Is that their name? Didn't think Libby and Andrei would choose the name Winston. If they did, that's Libby's name. That's Libby's choice. That's 100% Libby's choice. The only thing that would make it like Andre, if I mean, unless Andrei's dad's name is Winston. I actually kind of like the name Winston. I kind of like it. Oh, I like it. I do. I wish I didn't, but I did. Okay, Angela is textbook narc with all her production of BS on Michael. Absolutely. Yes, Americans and Asian. Okay, I don't know. This is a part of something else, but I love that you're talking about. Lovely people here. Like, share, subscribe, thumbs it up. 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 I love you guys so much. How was your Halloweens? How was your Halloween? Did you hand out candy? Did you dress? I did not dress up. I was supposed to go to a party on Friday, and then I had a problem with my car, and I was in my full outfit. I just didn't go, and I had to like come home and just get undressed. It was crazy. So I didn't get dressed up at all this Halloween, but I did decorate my whole house outside. I did get candy. I did make chili with cornbread, and I had chips on the side. All the fixing, like shredded cheese, sour cream, cilantro, chives. Did all of that. I gotta like clean it up still. Mm. Mm. Have you ever had 100 grand? That's what I'm eating right now. It's so good. Not much going on here. We used to go to visit cemetery. And spend the day with the family. We have St. Martin at the 11th of November, trick or treat like for kids. Oh yeah. Oh, soaking beans for tomorrow. Cooling off. Yes, that chili. I love you. Yeah, I'm excited for like some fall. I'm gonna be like, I'm sick of all this like storms and things. I just want there to be some sort of like weather peace and peace within our states, our country right now. I want them to have like, I want us to have just a mild, warm, lovely holiday season. Or is it going into like election season? I was a candy girl, a lollipop in a blue dress. Cute. SoCal has a lot of Dia de los Muertos también. We didn't have any trick-or-treaters. We had so many. You have to be in a pocket where they can see you, and other people around you are also like using decor and giving out candy, so there's like a little pocket. We're having an old wives' summer up until now. Mild fall weather, but it's turning now. An old wives' summer. Is that like an old farmer's almanac kind of like saying? Oh, an old wives' summer when the temperatures are, I don't know, mild fall weather, but it's turning. I'm gonna look it up. Old wives' summer. I have like chocolate on one side of my hand. Old wives' summer. I know. A period of calm, clear weather with cold nights and misty mornings. Oh my God, Amsterdam. This is like so European of you to know this. Okay. A period of calm, clear weather with cold nights and misty mornings, but fine, warm days, which sets in over Central Europe toward the end of September, comparable to an Indian summer. I love that. Okay. Now here's some comparable things. Old wife summer compared to a St. Luke's summer or a St. Martin's summer. A St. Luke's summer is in English folklore a period of fine, calm weather similar to an Indian summer occurring in October. St. Luke's Day is the 18th of October. Okay, so what's a St. Martin's summer? In English folklore, a period of fine, calm weather, similar to an Indian summer occurring in November. So basically, St. Martin's is an Indian summer in November. St. Luke's is in October, honey. An old wife summer is toward the end of September. It is like they're like, well, the summers keep going. Give it now it's St. Luke. Oh, the summer keep going. Give it a St. Martin. God, so Catholics are so crazy. I like old wives summer. This makes me feel like it's a summer for like women to get their groove back. I love these terms, but we'll never remember them. Yeah. Old wives I will, but like probably not St. Martin and St. Luke. I wonder if it was like, yeah, called something else. And there's a period of time where anything that was like secular was like evil. So they were like, you can't call an old wives summer. Name it after a saint, St. Luke. It's a St. Luke summer. Everything is like, oh, you don't have blonde hair. You have St. Thomas Aquinas hair. The color of St. Thomas Aquinas' beard. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. I gotta go and I have to undo all the chili. I have to like put away so much. I'm just like so not looking forward to like the cleaning up that I have to do. So I'm gonna have to do our breath and send all my baby boos on their way. My baby boos have a special meeting for Happy Halloween. It's like baby boo, you know. Um, Chris, you would love Glastonbury Village in the UK. Look it up. I went to Edinburgh. I loved that. Glastonbury. Glaston. Glastonbury. Ooh. It's a town in southwest England. It's known for its ancient and medieval sites, many rich in myth. Glastonbury Tor is a tower-topped hill linked to an Arthurian legend overlooking the marshy Somerset levels. Oh, once said to be a King Arthur's burial place. Oh, there's an abbey there. It's a ruined monastery. Oh, I would love to go around. Oh my God. I want to go see it. No, I want to go here. That looks fun. Weirdest town in the UK. Yeah, it's just like a weird mythical medieval town. Oh, that sounds amazing. Ooh, I want to go. It's just been amazing. Do you live there now? Took my son trick or treating, and they were giving out full size candy and action figures. Like toy, like big ass toys. Wow, that's really nice. I cannot imagine. Well, yeah, like I could not imagine going. Well, did I ever get a toy? No. Would you imagine, like, as a kid, like, going to, like, a place and just be given, like, a Barbie? I'd be like, so happy. Okay. I'm so happy we got to spend some time together. Oh, I forgot to say the last and final thing I've been waiting to say is that tomorrow night, 9 p.m., same time as this started. It's right now 10:37 p.m. It's because I've been talking for so long. Same time, no, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Monique Farah, which is my cousin, who is my cousin, and I will go live to talk about Sister Wives. We've been teasing this because we love Sister Wives, and I often bring them up. And if you have been watching any of them over the 17 seasons that they've been on TLC, basically nothing has happened except for like one of them getting catfish and like one of the kids like coming out, and then nothing happened. And then Robin getting married into the family, season one, nothing happens except for now, which is that Christine, one of the wives, is leaving, and it's like so great. And it like because Christine's saying all the things that we knew that she wanted to say the entire time, but like she never said because she was trying to like still be like Mormon and part of the family, but now she's not at all anymore. She doesn't give a shit, so she just like curses now. And if you know, Monique and I also on a road trip last year stopped by Pier 1, Utah, which is the home of Lizzie's Heritage Inn. So if you have any sort of fascination with Sister Wives, the Browns, Cody Brown, you want to hear about it, or you just like Monique and I, we'll be talking about it at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. We're actually very excited about it. We've been waiting to talk about it because it's so crazy. Because it's like nothing has happened for so long, and now like the whole thing blew up, and now it's like Cody has just like so much egg on his face, and I don't know like how the family's gonna possibly survive. But all I know is Christine like can't wait to get the F out, and it's just gonna like sell powdered drinks on Instagram, whatever can get her out for the rest of her life because she has like no resume. Anyway, I love you guys so much. So we're gonna do our, ritual blowouts, and we're going to live our lives. We're gonna have the best week ever. We're gonna just like go into this November 1st new week, and we're going to like close out this year. Okay, it's done. We're gonna close it out. It's actually a big stress release now. It's like this year is fucking done. If you are working on something, you have to get it done soon, and my heart goes with you. As the year ends, though, like we're hopefully gearing. We're like slowing down our gears, and we are going to like realize this chapter is done and we have a brand new chapter to write for next year. And there's something that is peaceful in knowing that each book has different chapters and it's not just one long monologue your whole life. There's natural beginnings and endings. Some are like built in, and some, like are found along the way. Like when I say the built in ones, like going to school for your first day and the day you graduate, or those are like built in endings of like things that happen in your life. And also dates, for whatever reason, most of us are going to celebrate tomorrow as being November 1st. And then around 2 months from now, we will celebrate the passing of 2022 to the next year, 2023. And there is something, I guess, comforting in the ritual aspect of the passage of time that we witness and acknowledge together. Because we can do nothing about it. We can't stop it. So it happens. And there's the times in our lives where we have like things that we're working on and deadlines and everything, and it's like very scary, or we're having to get through it, or like, and will we get through it? And we have to like work so hard, and it's like we can barely look up. And then there's the times in which most of the world will go to bed and wake up with some sort of newness, which usually happens on like, New Year's Eve, for instance. It's crazy to think that like most of the world will wake up on January 1st with like a feeling of a new day and a new year, and like the promise of that and what that can mean. And there's also like, as we wind down again, like the relief that what's done is done. There's only so much we can do in the next 2 months. This is the passage of time. I wish that war would end and Brittany Griner would be released. I need Brittany to be released too. I need I need there to be some sort of coming or like I want there to be like less political turmoil, less political divide. I want there to be more of a coming together or unifying aspect. I also don't want to, I'm like over social media. Okay, so let's do our breath together. Have the people that are in this room. We're going to end this live together, knowing that, thank you so much for liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, doing all the things you have, commenting. Then I'll ask you for your like presence right now, knowing that at least wherever you are, there's a couple people in this world in this very moment, sharing space, hearing my voice. We're all going to breathe together wherever we are. Some of us are in Liverpool. No, I don't know. Some of us are in Amsterdam. Some of us are in Orange County. And wherever we are, we're going to take this one moment in this exact space and time together to just breathe. Twice. One as a little rehearsal and one as our like actual one. Okay? And then we'll go on with our lives. Hopefully we'll make eye contact and hopefully we'll share smiles to other people. But right now we are sharing breath, which is crazy to think. So let's do. Blow everything out. 2 breaths. And out. And then. Yes. Yes, I love you guys. Have a beautiful week. Patricia, thank you. Miriam, thank you. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for, just like spending some time with me. Happy Halloween. I will have my live tomorrow, 9 p.m. I'm so super excited. Talk about Sister Wives with Monique. And other than that, yeah, God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Bye, friends. Tee hee hee.